Hi friends, today I'd like to share with you a short story that has some themes that I believe to be particularly relevant given just the state of the world in general. To give you guys some context, I worked for a children's toy store for a little over 4 years, and during that time I definitely encountered my fair share of difficult, weird, and downright crazy customers. And if you've worked in retail, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. We have some kind of weird, unspoken bond over our retail trauma. Yeah? Yes? Is that a thing? Probably. Now, if you've either worked retail or you just paid attention when you've gone shopping, you'll probably notice that most sales associates have some type of script that they deliver to different customers. Basically, hi, how are you? All those pleasantries, but then followed by, are you on our mailing list? You know, your phone number, your email, whatever. For those of you who don't know what a mailing list is, it's essentially just a record that a store keeps of customers' names alongside their email or home addresses, and it keeps track of their shopping frequency in order to assign specific discounts or coupons based on how often they shop there, how much they typically spend, that kind of thing. So the core concept there is, in order to receive the discounts or coupons, you have to shop there and give the sales associate your name or email or phone number, whatever's associated with your record in their computer. Otherwise, the algorithm won't think you ever shop there. So that's just kind of the spark notes of what you need to know moving into this. So one day I had a customer who was this white middle-aged woman, came in with her 4 kids, and she came up to check out, and I went through my script. Hi, how are you? Do you need anything gift wrapped? Are you on our mailing list? And she said, yes. I said, oh, okay, great, that's awesome. What's your last name? Because for our system, the way it works, we look up people based on name, but again, you can look it up based on phone number, email, whatever. So I said, what's your last name? She goes, oh, I'm not giving you that. I said, oh, well, I just needed to look up your record in our computer. And she goes, well, I never get coupons anyway, so you're not getting my information. So I said, oh, well, just so you know, in order to get the coupons, you need to tell us your name every time you shop with us so that it can be factored into the algorithm so the computer knows that you're a good customer and we can give you coupons and discounts appropriately. And she goes, well, that's pointless. Like, you know, I never get coupons anyway, so obviously that doesn't work. So I probably spent anywhere from 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes just coming up with every possible iteration that I could to try to explain this concept to her. I don't believe it to be a particularly difficult concept to understand. It's pretty standard for most retail places. She's definitely encountered it before. I just could not understand why this woman couldn't understand what I was saying to her. I was saying it in every possible way I could think of, and she still was just being really nasty, condescending, like, oh, you measly sales associate. And I was an assistant manager at the time, okay? Not to flex, but I was hot shit. And she just was being awful. But she didn't want to listen to me. She didn't want to listen to my manager. She didn't want to listen to my other coworkers when they all tried to hop in and explain it to her. She just did not want to hear it. She had it in her head that it worked a certain way and nothing was going to change that or challenge that for her. And at first I was really frustrated, and I told the story to my friends and family, and I just could not wrap my head around how stupid this woman was. And I'm like, I feel so bad for all her kids because, my God, she's just so dumb. And then it hit me that her just impassioned aversion to listen to what I had to say showed that she was not stupid, okay? She was not uneducated. She was being willfully ignorant. Willfully ignorant. She went in with a preconceived notion as to how she thought our store's algorithm worked, how the mailing system program worked, and she was completely opposed to me or anyone else trying to explain to her how it actually worked. And that's just something that I just could not wrap my head around. So, kind of leading into what's happening in the world today, friends, if you don't know or understand something, that's okay. We're not born knowing everything. Everything we learn while we're just navigating life. That's natural. No one expects you to know everything. We learn until the day we die, okay? But if you don't understand something, and you have someone who does understand it, completely willing to explain it to you, listen. It costs nothing to listen. You lose nothing by listening. You can only gain. But not only that, but if you just listen and learn from someone who does know something that you don't, then you don't look stupid. Because when you are willfully ignorant, you're not only hurting others, but you're hurting yourself. Because then you look dumb. You look like a bad person. That reflects poorly on your character and mental capabilities. That you're choosing not to learn something new that could make your life and others' lives easier. So that's essentially all I wanted to say. I just felt like even though the story happened a couple years ago, I do still think it's pretty relevant, just in terms of the willful ignorance, the ignorance is bliss mentality that a lot of people, for some reason, choose to abide by. So I'm just gonna reiterate one more time. If you don't understand something, totally fine. No one expects you to. Learn it. Educate yourself. Especially if you have people in your life that are willing to teach you, just listen. That's all. This has been a public service announcement that not a single person asked for, but I felt was necessary. So that's all I got. I will see you next time.